drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Shut Up and Drive It video. This is a project that a lot of you on the channel probably have no idea is even here unless you've gone back and watched some of the old videos. And even if you did watch those, you're probably thinking, do you even still have this? So without further ado, this is my 2006 Mazdaspeed 6. Yep, so there it is in all of its glory and in all of its pieces. It was a lot more together this morning, but I decided to, just quickly rip down the subframe. Good friend Clint Greist hooked me up with some steering rack inserts. So this thing is gonna be way more responsive. Ignore the torn boots, I'm replacing those. But I figured I would just do a quick update video while I got it down. You can kind of see some of the other parts I've got going on here. Got some subframe inserts instead of the rubber bushings, and also have these beautiful 1,000 inch-pound spring rate springs, Swift springs right here. But yeah, I figured I'd kind of do a quick update because, like I said, I doubt most of you even know that this thing is even a project. So that's just a kind of quick peek of what's going on there. So unfortunately, that progress took most of the day yesterday. I planned on kind of filming at the end of it, but the mosquitoes got so bad here that they literally could have carried me away. So I decided to go ahead and pause, pick it back up today, and it's perfect because I'm right at a good spot to show you kind of what's going on with the car. Bear in mind, it's definitely still in a couple pieces, but I figure if I show you at my worst, maybe you'll let me at my best, who knows. But well, yeah, without further ado, let's check out the car. So right off the rip here, I want to point out my sick custom hood prop. No, I will not make one of these for anyone else, and no, I will not give you the name of my fabricator. This is a one-off custom piece, and it's going to stay that way. One of the things you may notice, I converted a lot of my lines over to AN fitting, just to kind of be easier. I hate worm clamps, even though I still have a couple, don't judge me. It's just so much easier to work with. I reach in and have to mess with things all the time just because I constantly touch this car. I'm very meticulous with it, and I'm tired of getting stabbed by worm clamps. So when I figured I'd go AN, I like the way it looks. It's very nice and clean. But as far as parts go, you can see right here, Corksport intake manifold, Corksport exhaust, tile MVR, external wastegate with the screamer pipe. You gotta do it. If you have the external, why not? And that is paired to a Corksport CST4. That thing should be pretty rowdy. I actually haven't gotten any miles on that yet, so that'll be fun. Like I said yesterday, the trans, you can't really see anything, but it has all Gen 2 gearing. It's got the Damon Motorsports front diff in there. That thing is gonna be really spicy. I've heard from some people it adds a lot of oversteer to the car, so really excited to get a feel for that. And speaking of my man Damon, got Damon side mounts and rear mounts. If he made a front mount, I would do that too. If you don't buy Damon Motorsports, then you. Some other parts here. I like to say I have everything HKS made for this car because I have a HKS blow-off valve and I have an HKS muffler in the back, which I'll get to in just a minute. Trying to think of other parts I have. Some of the parts from the homies. This one right here, I have the Ray's Mazda parts shifter cables. I can't recommend these enough. They are freaking sweet. If you've ever removed the shifter cables from this car, you pretty much need a pickle fork. Watch this. You just slide this bad boy back, off it goes. It's amazing. I do see a couple knockoff kits out there these days. I would absolutely recommend go with Ray's. That man works on race cars for a living. He knows the R&D that's necessary to go in cars to make things work over and over again. So definitely go at his parts. Moving on to this really nice tucked wiring harness. That's from my friend Eric. He's, I think he's still doing some of these wire tucks, but his work, it comes with a weight, and oh my God, is that weight well worth it. That man is like the Michelangelo of freaking wiring harnesses. It is beautiful. It is such high craftsmanship. It's, you know what, whatever you got to do to get on that man's good graces, to have him make you a harness, do it. It's worth it. A fun little extra piece I've got here, this little red tab here, no, it does not come factory, but what it does is, watch this. You pull on it, oh geez. Oh, it's already loose. And the seat comes down. That is from my buddy Rodney Young. You need to definitely get one of those if you move this thing down. I think it's pretty sweet. Gives you a little bit more utility to the car. Sweet strut tower brace there. What up? So for my exhaust setup, I'm actually still working on these shrouds. That's why it's not fully connected and one's painted and one's not. But I went single exit with it. And like I said, every part that HKS makes for the car, which is a grand total of 2. So went with that. I think it's gonna sound pretty good. It came off of a donor car. It's a very straight single exit exhaust. And let's take a look inside because I'm pretty proud of how that has come out so far. So went ahead and got this sweet flat bottom wheel because them flat bottom wheels, they make the rock and roll go around. And I kind of color matched everything here. It's got the red stitching. One of my favorite mods, Recaro R3 seat, or Recaro seats out of a RX-8 R3. These are not exactly plug and play. You have to swap out the rails, but it's an easy enough job and it's well worth it. I'm a tall guy, so this lowers the seating position quite a bit and adds bolstering, and they look pretty much OEM plus, which is kind of the theme of the car as far as the way it's gonna look. It's gonna handle and perform a lot better than OEM plus, but you know, that was kind of the initial idea. Here I'm running an innovative oil pressure, oil temp gauge on the left, and on the right I've got a blank where I'm gonna put a AFR, an AEM AFR E85 failsafe gauge. Just haven't gotten that in place yet. And then over here may look like a normal navigation screen, but it is in fact an Android tablet with a fairly custom fabricated bracket system in there. Added some fans for cooling because I've had this in place for a while and it just used to overheat, so I kind of made something that would hopefully alleviate that. I originally had this set up so that the screen would go up and down, but I found I always just left it up and I never really wanted it to go down, so I decided to go ahead and take out the power control board that handles the motor function so that I can breathe a little bit better. It didn't really have a place to fit the fans before that. Got this sweet extended shifter. I think this is a stratified shifter from like way back in the day. I can't even find it anymore, which is a bummer because I nicked that and I was kind of looking to just get the new ball, but I think I'll just powder coat it myself. AliExpress, what up? But it matches everything, so pretty sweet. This was the same company, Reggie's Custom Wheels. I believe that's the name. I got the e-brake boot, the shifter boot, which is perforated with the red stitching, if you can see it, kind of. Nope, it's on the back. There we go. And it matches on the wheel as well. This is also Reggie's custom wheel. I'm sure there's another couple pieces I'm missing. I've got like some strut tower braces and like I have, of course, the high pressure fuel pump internals. The car is catless. The exhaust doesn't have any cats at all. I think that's mostly it. Tires, I'm gonna be running Federal 595 RSRRs. They're kind of on the cheaper end, and a lot of people don't believe in them as much. But I won state championship autocross on them with my Focus ST. I was able to tip that thing up on 3 wheels effortlessly, so I'm gonna see how they run on this car and then kind of go from there. But I'm pretty sure that's it, other than maybe a couple small things. So if you've got any questions or if you want me to dive in deeper on anything that I talked about here, leave a comment below or reach out to me however you want to and let me know, and I'll make a separate video on, you know, more in-depth details on whatever it is you're asking about. So it occurred to me in the editing process here, I never really said why I'm building the crap out of this car the way that I am. I'm very much into racing, if you can't tell by my office here. I literally have a simulator right there. If you don't watch any of our other videos, I stream on that a lot and do a lot of endurance racing and whatnot. So I'm very much building this car on the short end to go back to autocrossing with, but on the long end, I want to get into time trial racing. So if you have any experience in that, especially with these cars, by all means, I'd love to hear from you. Any tips or tricks? I definitely don't know everything. I'm happy to keep learning. So if you've got any helpful information, or you maybe see I'm going in a direction and you don't think it's the best, let me know for sure. Leave a comment, send me a message.
Or if you are interested in getting into it as well, let me know, and I'd be happy to communicate with you on that. So yeah, that's kind of the purpose of the car. It's going to be pretty much an all-out track beast, which is kind of hilarious if you know the reputation of these cars. They're not the most reliable, but it's the platform that I've had for more than a decade now, and I know the inner workings of it well enough to where I think I can kind of make it somewhat of a weapon. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, we'll maybe make some more Speed 6 videos before it's running, but my intention is I'm gonna have it running soon. So I don't get any feedback from this, you'll just see some track videos, but like I said, if you want me to dive in deeper on anything, let me know.